After almost a year of speculation about the river caves, in a recent statement, Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort gave us a snippet of information that an exciting announcement about the future of this attraction is coming soon. Hello, I'm Scott. You're watching Your Experience Guide, the home of unofficial Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort content. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the future of the river caves at the Pleasure Beach. And for once in one of these videos, I'm not going to be talking about will it ever reopen, because I'm pretty confident after the snippet of information in the statement from Pleasure Beach the other day that this attraction will reopen in some form or the other in the future. And that's mainly what I'm going to be talking about in this video. It's not going to be a case of, is the announcement going to be saying the ride's closing or is it opening? I think if it was going to be closing permanently, they would have mentioned this in their statement the other day. So I am very, very confident that river caves will be returning in some way or the other in the future. Now, I think it's reasonable to assume when river caves does return to the lineup at Pleasure Beach, we're not going to be going on the same river caves that we went on at the start of 2024 or the river caves that we went on in, say, 2023, 2020, 2015. I think it's going to be very different from the river caves that we're all used to. And is that really such a bad thing? Before I answer that, just a quick change of subject. If you enjoy Pleasure Beach Resort content, please remember to subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell to be notified of our future Pleasure Beach content. Thank you. Now, it's back to the river caves speculation. In my opinion, a river caves refurbishment and reimagining is definitely a good thing. Now, of course, we have to wait and see what the exciting announcement is going to be about the river caves. It could be anything at this point, but I certainly don't think it's going to be one of those situations where they're saying it's going to be an exciting announcement and then they announce that it's closing. I don't see that happening. I can only see a positive outcome from the announcement that they're going to make. When they're going to make that announcement, we don't know. But I don't think we're going to have to wait months and months for it. Taking a wild guess here, I think we'll hear about it before we reach summer 2025. That's just a wild guess. I genuinely don't know. But whilst the prospect of a river caves reimagining and modernisation is exciting, there is something that we have to remember and we have to be realistic about. This is Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort. This is not a park with Disney-style budget, Universal-style budget, or Europa Park budget. This is Pleasure Beach, and we've got to be realistic in what they will be able to do. A lot of people absolutely love what they've done with Valhalla. It's winning awards again. People love the reimagining. People love the original version. Pleasure Beach can do incredible dark rides, but we still have to be realistic. They're not going to be working with a Disney budget, Universal budget. They're going to be working within their own budget. And that's what we have to remember when we're setting out our hopes and expectations for a river caves reimagining. Something that's great for Pleasure Beach when it comes to dark rides is their incredibly talented group of staff that work in Pleasure Beach Studios and the model shop. People that have worked on the dark rides for, let's say, 15, 20, 25, 30 years, making different animatronics, different sculptures, different characters, different effects, all things that you will have seen in various rides at the Pleasure Beach. Things like Valhalla, things like the river caves, rides like the Ghost Train, Alice in Wonderland, Wallace and Gromit. So many of the things that you will see in the dark rides at Pleasure Beach were created, hand created by people at the Pleasure Beach, not by external companies, by talented staff members at the Pleasure Beach. And I have no doubt it'll be the same again with the river caves. So they may not have a Disney or a Universal style budget, but what they do have is a very, very talented group of people who will create awesome things for a ride like the river caves. So moving on to my hopes for this attraction, and the first one is that the ride name River Caves stays exactly the same. I hope that it is still the river caves. I hope that it is still set on traveling around the world in 90 days, but modernized. That's really what I'm hoping to see from this. That's probably the most important thing for me is that it would still be the river caves and travelling through various scenes from around the world, travelling around the world in 90 days. The river caves has been a staple at the Pleasure Beach now since the early 1900s, so it would be amazing to see it still sticking to its roots but being a modern attraction. So with that in mind, I think it would be great to see some modernised versions of the current scenes that are in the river caves, still travelling around the world in 90 days, but maybe a modern take on those scenes with its own soundtrack in each bit of the ride. If that can be done, I'm sure it can be done, and I'm hopeful that Notable Stranger will have some involvement with this and create an awesome immersive soundtrack from start to finish, and maybe like Valhalla have some sort of story-led narrative through the attraction as you're travelling through the various scenes of the new river caves. I'm trying not to be completely stuck in the past here with the river caves, but one scene that I would really like to stay similar is the dinosaur area of the ride towards the start, when you go past a large dinosaur animatronic. Now, if it's got new audio and story-led audio in there, and it's telling you about the dinosaur age as you're travelling past the large animatronics, that would be awesome. By this point of the video, I'm sure that I will have put quite a few clips of the river caves in by now as we knew it. So what I will do is I'll put a link in the top of the screen. I can't remember which side it is, but I'll put a link in the top of the screen to the river caves POV that's on this channel that was filmed in 2021, I want to say. So two more things on the river caves wish list. The first one is new boats with seat backs. As much as I like the river caves, and as much as I probably did it 2 or 3 times a visit at Pleasure Beach when it was open, I really would like to see some new boats with some seat backs. I think the lack of seat backs in the river caves boats is something that everybody complains about on social media. Now, I know that we all love a good moan on social media about various different things, but I think even going back to the days of roller coaster forums in the 2000s, everyone would love to see seat backs on the river caves. So hopefully they can manage to do that with some new boats, or even with the existing boats being modified. That would be great. And the final thing in terms of the Scott River Caves wish list is a new facade for the river caves. Now, I think that's probably somewhere in the middle of this little wish list, but yeah, it would be nice to see a new facade for it. Again, we don't know what exactly is going to be going on with this attraction. Is it going to be the same name? Is it going to be a little refurb? Is it going to be a full reimagining? We all have to wait and see, but if it is going to be a reimagining, then hopefully it will get a new facade to fit in with whatever they're doing. But like I say, back earlier in the video, I'd love to see it stay as the river caves, have the same sort of concept, same ideas, but with a modern take on it. It is a classic attraction at the Pleasure Beach, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do announce about it. As far as timescale goes for this, then I've genuinely got no idea at this point, because there is literally so many things to discuss about what might or might not be happening at Pleasure Beach in the next couple of years, because we've also got the Grand Prix replacement that's been discussed many times. Then there's the discussion of the Intamin gyro swing or a gyro swing, a conversation that won't go away. And then, of course, there's the new apartments going on the seafront in the old Ocean Boulevard buildings. I believe that now has planning permission approval. So, of course, we're going to see the planting of 60 trees in or around the Pleasure Beach as well. And then, of course, there's the subject of the third hotel going by the casino building. The timescale of these things is currently unknown, but it feels like Pleasure Beach have got a lot to announce in the next couple of months even. They might announce it soon or at the end of the year. I really don't know. But what I do know is that the Pleasure Beach might actually have a very exciting future, and hopefully it's going to be a great couple of years for them going forward. That is all from me today. If you have enjoyed this video and would like to see more Pleasure Beach Resort content here on Your Experience Guide, please hit that like button. It's a little thumbs up below. Please subscribe. Please comment. Many thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.